Welcome back. Hey, events are getting more expensive, not just to host the event, but there's staffing costs and ticket prices we try and push up, yet there's pushback from our delegates. So, how do we manage this current burst of rising costs and how long is it going to last? Can't answer that last question. Don't know how long it's going to last, but I can talk about a few things that you can do to manage rising costs and manage expectations. Warwick Merry here. Welcome back to Making Events Awesome live stream. Not a day goes by that you don't see another post in an events professionals group about jobs that are on offer, different things that could be happening available. So we have to do something to keep our good staff. So many of my contacts are saying that they've had to increase the salary and they have to increase benefits, and fairly rightly so too, because they deserve it and it's well worth it. And it puts pressure on our costs. How do we manage that? Couple that with so many of our delegates can't handle an increase in ticket price. And if they do, it can't be too big. Yet the costs of exhibiting, catering, external contract staff costs has seemed to have skyrocketed. How do we manage this? It's a tough one. It really is a tough one. And add to that resourcing is so tight that often some of our suppliers can't get the people. So we have to manage expectations on, hey, it's not table service. If you want to drink, you got to go to the bar because we don't have enough staff for table service. And people start thinking, but I'm paying good money for this. So how do we manage it? It's a challenge. I run a Conference Organisers forum every couple of months, and we had a recent conversation, and this was a big topic of conversation. And we came up with a few strategies that may help you, and I wanted to share those with you today. So there's 4 key strategies. So number 1, don't do hybrid. Now, it's weird coming from me because I love the concept of online, and I've been working with some of my clients to help them do amazing work in the hybrid scene. And hybrid really adds to your costs and your expense. One alternative that was put forward is don't do hybrid, but do recordings. So record it and sell the digital product afterwards. That way you can get both. Some people are actually charging the same for the digital price as they are for coming to the actual event. And they're finding they're getting no pushback at all. As far as they're concerned, a ticket is a ticket, whether you're there or not. And there's a statement that's just come through. It's tough to run a live event, not just to the cost, but because you find most of what you're doing. Yeah, true. And that's it. That conversation in the hallways is always so valuable. And I'm the same. Like, there's an event that I'm a delegate at that I'm going to, not because of what's going on stage, but because of those conversations in the corridor. And that's part of the benefit of it. That's why our delegates come to our events. So getting back to point 1, which was stay away from hybrid. Like, now, some events you have to go hybrid, and there is some real value in doing hybrid. It really does amplify your costs. AV costs are significant in hybrid, and here in Australia, the internet is not as reliable as you want it to be. So it is full of drama. So as an easy way to reduce costs is don't do hybrid, or stay away from hybrid. Number 2, increase your ticket types. This is a really interesting conversation that some of the people in the forum were talking about, is that they've started introducing something called a super early bird. And it's still at early bird prices, but then there's an early bird that's a little bit more, that'll increase in price. Half the reason that I do that is we're trying to give options to get more people signed up sooner. One of the other problems that we have is people don't register at the last minute. There was, in the conversation, there was people saying, we're just about to go live, and people are rocking up trying to register. And it's like, well, we haven't got catering organized. We haven't got all this stuff organized because you've just turned up on the day. So we're trying to do whatever we can to get people registered as soon as possible, because it helps us with our forecasting and budget. So increasing the number of ticket types. Add to that is looking at how can we do some flash sales. This was a really popular idea when we were talking about it, and that is come up with a reason to sell a batch of tickets, a certain number, maybe 10, 20 tickets. Maybe it's Valentine's Day, and to show our love, we're doing some special tickets, or maybe it's one of the speakers' birthdays, or maybe there's an international day of something. Come up with a reason to do a flash sale. It builds a bit of momentum, it builds that conversation, and also it can help you sell that block of tickets. So if you're getting close to your break-even point, maybe you want to do a block. Here's the thing: don't reduce the price, add the value. Maybe they get free access to the digital recording. Maybe they get to, if it's the speaker's birthday, they get to have lunch with that speaker at the event. Maybe there's some books that you can get from the sponsors, or some of the exhibitors can give you a party pack. And so you can have a party pack with each one. So there are different things that you can do to do different flash sales. I had a conversation with an airline executive once, or actually I heard it on a podcast, and they said that if they've got 400 seats on a plane, they are happy with 400 different price points. Because here's the thing: people go, "Oh, but they've only paid this much." No one really says that. They're looking at what's my price, how much have I paid. So if they've got a special deal, good on them. Book early to avoid disappointment. And that was the, we don't do hybrid, increase your ticket types, increase have the flash sales, and the fourth one is increase your ticket prices. Here's the thing: as I said at the beginning, some people don't want to do that, and they have real hesitancy for their delegates. So don't do it for them this year, but start increasing your ticket prices for next year. This year, let me explain what I mean. What you can do at this year's event is sell next year's tickets at this year's prices. It's a good way to sort of get those advanced sales. Or you may choose to go to your delegates and saying, hey, because you've been to 1, 2, 3 shows, whatever the magic number is for you, in the past, we will let you have next year's event at last year's price. But for new people, we're putting the prices up by 5, 10, 20%, whatever you're doing. So if you can have that staged approach, it creates that loyalty for people who have already been part of your series of events or conferences in the past. And for future people, they are like, oh, well, that's something for me to look forward to for future price rises because I've done this one. That's what I can do. Most importantly, if you're the event organizer, don't get stuck in the middle. If you've got larger prices coming in and your ticket prices can't move, don't make sure the difference is not paid out of your pocket, because it's just not worth it doing to it. So it may well be for some events you need to start saying no to. I know it's quite tragic to think that way, or give big pushback on your client and just saying, this is what we have to do. It's really important to make sure that you are looking after yourself financially. So as I said at the very beginning, there's great staff out there, and we have to make sure we look after them, both in how we remunerate them and the conditions that they work under. If it's your business or you're a one-person show, that means you've got to look after yourself. And so please do whatever you can to do that. That were the key things that were discussed when in relation to, how do we deal with the economy? It's going to be a bit tough. I think we're going to continue to have pushback. And that's just how the world is at this time. So just keep moving forward, put a smile on your face and stepping forward. If you need help to put that smile on your face, come over and say hello to us. Come and say us let me put this, here we go. There we go. Come over and my subtitle's not working. That's very disappointing. So let me bring up some other subtitle for you. Here we go. Come and join our events. Here it is down the bottom there. Making events awesome, where we have these kind of conversations. That's where you find out about our Conference Organisers Forum, which the next one's happening in May, and also some of the different discussions that happen. Love to have your company. MakingEventsAwesome.com is the place. Otherwise, I will be back here next Thursday at 9 a.m. So, I've got a question mark from my lovely Facebook user. Don't know who you are, Facebook user. There's a link in the Facebook post that you got to click on so I can find out who you are. So yeah, let's make all that. That'll be good. That'll be gold. All right, that's it. I'm done. See you next Thursday, 9 a.m. Reach out if you have any questions. End of live stream dance while the live stream finishes up. Yay! Thanks for being here. It's a good dance, this.